Hey guys, let's jump right in. So guys, I started off by taking MAC's Naked Lunch Shadow with a Zoeva Luxe Soft Crease brush and messily swirled that all around the base of my lid. Then took my Meet Matte Nude palette by the Balm. I took the shade called Matte Rosen and blended that into my crease using the same Zoeva brush. All of the brushes that I'm using in this tutorial today are from Zoeva. I recently went online and bought a kit from them and it arrived just in time for me to try out for this tutorial and I was super impressed. I'll leave the link in the down bar and I'll be featuring or showing you guys the kit I got in my next video, so stay tuned. But I'm super impressed, and if you're looking for great brushes, go and click on the link, they are awesome. So back to what I was doing. I took the Luxe Petit crease brush, grabbed a little bit more of that matte Rosen shade and placed it in the crease. This brush is so great because it really gives precise blending and lets you apply the product exactly where you want it. So I applied that and then I just blended the edges with a fluffy brush. With the same Petite crease brush, I grabbed a little bit of creep shadow from the Naked One palette and carefully placed that in my crease and outer corner. Specifically focus on trying to create a sort of triangle shape on the outer corner, as you can see I'm doing here, as this is the exact shape that Kristen's shadow had. Guys, this Luxe Soft Definer brush is exactly the same as a MAC 217 and quarter of the price. It does a great job in blending and it's super soft on the skin, so check it out, it's awesome. I continue just to go back into the creep shade and intensify the color a little bit more, applying it in the exact same position and then blending it out, applying and then blending until I was happy with the intensity of the shadow. I then grabbed my NYX Jumbo pencil in the shade Rust and very messily scribbled that all onto the base of my eyelid and blended it out with my Zoeva cream shader brush. This is my favorite color of the NYX Jumbo eye pencils and perfect for this tutorial. Now, because I didn't have the exact same shade as Kristen wore on the base of her lid, I had to sort of improvise and use two shades. The first one that I am patting over the base here is from the Nude palette by the Balm, and I'm using the shade Sexy. And then for the star of the show, I grabbed my Inglot pigment in number 264. It's so amazing, as you can see. It didn't have a name on the bottle, but I just grabbed that and I patted it all over the Sexy shade. I then just went back in with my Petite crease brush and a little bit more of that creep shade and intensified the outer corner and crease, as we had lost a little bit of the shadow when we were placing that pigment down. I also focused on just accentuating the outer corner, as you can see I'm doing here, and then just grabbed my Luxe Soft Definer brush to blend that out. Even though I've just started using this brush, I know it's going to be one of my favorites. It is the Zoeva crease brush. It is the perfect shape and size and it is super soft, so I grabbed that and blended some of the matte Rosen shade that we'd initially started with over the edges of the black shadow. Going back in with that same creep shade from the Naked One palette and my Zoeva Luxe pencil brush just to intensify the black shade through the crease and the outer corner. Because I wanted the burgundy reddish shade to be the focal point, I then just went back in with the Inglot pigment and the sexy shade from the Nude palette and touched that up and then blended out the edges. And after all that going back in 1,000,001 times, we are done with the top shadow. So I just grabbed my Catrice Smoky Eyes pencil in the black Earl and placed that along my waterline. I also smudged a little bit underneath my waterline and then took my smudger brush and smudged that out. I then took my Luxe pencil brush and a little of the Inglot pigment and ran that underneath my eyes, blending it with the black pencil to create a nice black sort of burgundy effect. Now, because Kristen didn't have any lashes on, we obviously won't be applying any, so I decided to curl my lashes and use 2 sets of mascara, one for volume and one for length. The first one I applied was the Maybelline The Falsies, and I applied a good coat on my both top and bottom lashes, and then I grabbed my Tarte Lights Camera Flashes mascara for the length and applied a generous coat on both top and bottom lashes as well. And with the eyes done, I moved on to my eyebrows. I grabbed my Too Faced Bulletproof Brows in Universal Taupe with the amazing Zoeva Brow Line brush, and I did my brows. This brush is awesome, guys. It doesn't transfer too much product at once and really makes filling in your eyebrows a breeze. I also set my brows using my Catrice Cosmetics Lash Brow Designer Gel. And onto the face. So I started with my MAC Fix Plus, spritzed that all over my face, and then moved on to my favorite MAC Strobe Cream, putting that all over my skin to give that fresh, glowy feel, just as Kristen's skin had. Even though they used minimal product on her face, she still looked pretty flawless. So I'm going ahead and putting some of the Benefits, the Professional, just to fill in my pores, pressing that into my skin, just around the T-zone where I have the largest pores. So I couldn't decide which brush to use. I eventually decided to go with the Zoeva Petit stippling brush, which is my new favorite, by the way. I took that along with my Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua in the color Beige 30 and applied that all over my face. This foundation was perfect for this look because it still leaves your skin looking and feeling like skin. It's a light to medium coverage and gives a perfect youthful and glowing appearance, which is exactly what we wanted. And this brush applied it so beautifully and smoothly and was super soft on my face. I then took my Bobbi Brown corrector in the shade Bisque and applied that underneath my eyes using my fingers to get rid of those horrible under eye circles. I then applied over top of that my MAC Pro Longwear concealer in the shade NC20, and I was struggling to get it out of the little pump as you usually do and ended up with way too much, so I blended that out using the Zoeva Face Shape brush. Kristen had such a light contour, so for that I grabbed my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium Plus. It turned out to be a great color for the most natural, gorgeous looking contour. I applied that using the Zoeva Luxe Face Paint Brush as well as the Luxe Highlight Brush. The Face Paint Brush, guys, is a perfect dupe for the NARS ITA brush, and it is amazing. It gives you the most perfect contour. I also applied that onto the apples of my cheek, as in the picture Kristen didn't seem to have any blush on. And for the most amazing highlight, my favorite highlight of the moment, it's Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the shade Beige. And I lost some of the footage, unfortunately, but you can see a little bit here the gorgeous highlight it gives. So I applied that to the tops of my cheek and the bridge of my nose. For the lips, she had a very sheer, glossy sort of lip. For the lipstick, I chose MAC's Luster Fleur de Coral. It went on very sheer and glossy, which was perfect. And then over top of that, I grabbed a lip gloss that I had in my collection, sort of a pinky shade. Any pinky lip gloss will do. That brings us to the end of the tutorial, guys. I hope you liked it. I did also try and recreate Kristen's hair, but as you can see, that's a bit of a fail, so I'll just move on. Thanks so much for watching. If you did like it, please subscribe, like or share. It would really make my heart happy. Thanks guys, bye.